So, thank you all for being here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We working? I'll keep this one too, because I'm going to stand when I'm teaching later. Perfect. Okay, so as we heard the class outline, we're going to have two versions of sound healing that I do and that I teach. So there's going to be a talk, sound healing, a description, a few of my experiences, and I'll be teaching one of the main techniques, the core techniques that I've developed over the many years that I've been doing this. And the second half, you'll experience a group sound healing followed by a Q&A for 10 minutes. So exciting. So sound healing. How many of you have stubbed your toe? Okay, and if you haven't stubbed your toe, have you ever banged yourself really hard somehow? Yeah. Did you make a sound? Was it a perfect pitch? Ah, hallelujah. No. Did you care what it sounded like? Did you even listen to it? No. So it is scientifically proven now, science is catching up with this, I love this, that sound that you make moves the pain and trauma from your energy. Who would have ever thought, right? But now science is telling us this. And so part of what I teach is to use that divine, natural, innate ability, that sound we make, to use that in a more subtle way, to move the emotion that's been suppressed, move the emotion, the feelings that from any trauma that we've experienced, to help that move that from our bodies. So Edie said, I was born and raised with this intuitive ability to feel, see, and heal energy. What does that mean? And so I have full recall of my life. I remember the last 3 months in my mummy's tummy. And when I came out, it was very shortly after that I observed my mother. This is before I could speak, so I figured this out later on, like once I have cognitive ability, but when you're little, you don't. There's no words. And I would watch my mom. And sometimes she would verbalize that she just wasn't happy with something with my father. My father's a great man. He wasn't mean or anything, but he was pretty aggressive, and we were like a hardworking family. And so she'd be complaining about something that Dad does or she doesn't like. She'd be talking about this. And I'd be just, aware, kind of feeling this, understanding this at some level. Dad would come in from the day, and she would just energetically pull everything that she didn't like about him, everything that she was complaining about my dad. She would just pull it to her. So the example I use, now my dad never hit her, but the example I use is like saying, I don't want my hand to hit me, and then going like this. So it didn't make any sense to me why she would say she didn't want this, and then as soon as he was even close to her, this energy would come out, he would absorb it, and she would be triggered by it. So we'll fast forward a little bit. So observing that, there was an emotional content. There's emotional and a thought, mental. There's a belief to that. And so as I started to play with that a little bit more, I would make a sound. I would make a sound what I was seeing in my mother's field. Of course, the sound that I'm making was what she was suppressing. So God bless my mom. I'm still alive, right? I would see and feel and express what she didn't want to look at. And I'd feel better. But of course, it wasn't accepted. I was the unruly bad kid that was showing her what she didn't want to see. So it resulted in a lot of crib time, and resulted in a lot of just go outside time. Just go out in the bush and scream and holler out there, because my mom didn't express that way. And blending and flowing with the didgeridoo instruments. So it's really quite profound. So I'd like to teach you a version of this technique tonight. Would you like to learn a little bit? Okay, beautiful. So there's a few different steps. So first, it's deep belly breathing. Stop whatever we're doing, drop into our body, and feel. So stop what we're doing if we can. Usually it's stop thinking, right? If I can, stop thinking. And I want to breathe into my belly. So let's find your belly button. Beautiful. And then repeat after me. Hello, little belly button. Okay, so there's a silliness there. So silliness is a higher vibration, so we're already playing with that. Now let's go 3 fingers or 2 inches below our belly button. Perfect. This is the Danchen, the Hara, chi spot. This is where all of our mommy and daddy's sperm and egg met. There was a consciousness. Something exploded, primordial streak. Something exploded from that made these beautiful bodies. So whenever I touch myself, in that area, I am connecting to that consciousness. When I go into a room and I turn the light switch on, lights come on. When I touch this, it's my intention to connect with the consciousness that beats the heart, that digests the food, that heals a cut. I want to connect to that, and I want to participate with that. Now imagine I put a balloon in the center of your body. Okay? So, in the center of your body. So there's a balloon in there. If there's no air in the balloon, shrink wrap. If it's full, big, right? So if there's no air, are we on? No? Okay. If there's no air in the balloon, if there's air in the balloon, so I teach kids. Poke my belly. And then they'll do it, right? And so, let's play with this. Let's breathe in through our nose. Okay, we're going to keep, if you could keep your finger at that area. So breathing in through your nose, fill up the balloon. And the balloon is low. The balloon isn't up here, so the balloon is low. And on the exhale, let's just go shh, slowly letting the air out of the balloon. Shh. Beautiful. Inhaling through the nose, fill the balloon. Big balloon. Let's exhale with a s sound like a snake. Beautiful. Let's do this one more time. Inhaling through the nose, filling the balloon. Big balloon. Exhale. So while we're doing this, while we're exhaling, the fingers are monitoring. We're feeling the belly go in, we're feeling the balloon get small. That's it. Exhale, hold that for a second. Before we inhale, at the same time, I'm going to push my belly. We're going to push our bellies out against our fingers to give the balloon room to expand. Breathing in, pushing the belly against the fingers. That's it. Big difference. Getting ready to breathe, I push my belly out against my fingers, creating space. Breathe, fill the balloon. So that was the drop. We dropped into our body with our breath. Put your other hand over your heart center, left hand, or if you're, it doesn't matter, but I like my left hand. That's our yin hand, receiving hand, connecting to our heart center. Beautiful. So let's breathe in again, fill a balloon. Let's exhale with an ah. Ah. Continue to make the sound, feeling the vibration under your hand, feeling the vibration in your heart center. Ah. Beautiful. Breathing in, filling the balloon. Exhale with an ah. Ah. Beautiful. Repeat after me if it feels right to you. It's my intention to feel these feelings, think these thoughts, to heal them in a way that's benevolent. Let's breathe in, fill the balloon, exhale with an ah. Thinking of something that makes you angry, frustrated. What makes you frustrated? Just allow that to come to mind. That frustration, that feeling lives in your body. Could be anything. So just connect to that feeling of frustration. Let's breathe into the body, fill out the balloon. Let's give this frustration a sound. Beautiful. Think of something that makes you afraid. Just playing with that. Well, I'm afraid of this, or maybe I'm afraid of that, or whatever. So we're touching that feeling of fear that lives inside our body. Let's breathe into the balloon, filling up the balloon, breathing in. And let's give that fear a sound. Think of someone you love, someone really dear to you. You just feel so just warm and cozy, relaxed, wanted, loved, needed when you're with them. Breathing into the belly, fill a balloon. Let's give love a sound. And let go. As you breathe and let go, whatever is ready to heal in you can and will begin its healing journey in this sound healing this evening.